Let's check out the Gamesir X2s. This is the Gamesir X2s, which is a wired mobile phone controller so that you can play games on, emulate and stream from your phone without using the horrible touchscreen controls. You can use something like this. Now this is a USB-C wired controller. This is actually compatible with iPhones, providing that you've got the USB-C iPhone, but it's also compatible with fold phones, like the Google Fold and stuff like that. Any phone pretty much that will meet the size requirements, right, that will then fold out into a tablet, you can use with this. Now in the box, all you get is the actual device itself and the manual, and also a few of these, like just little rubber toppers to go over the thumbstick caps, but more on this in a minute. I've not actually bothered using these because these are brilliant. So let's go over the specs of this first. So yes, we do have Hall effect sensing joysticks. So these joysticks actually use magnets instead of friction, which means they're not going to drift. The longevity is just going to be better. They're quicker to input. There's less dead zone. They're really, really good sticks. And again, we've got these tiny little toppers. We've got charging pass through, so you can actually charge your phone whilst you're actually connected, so that it's not just leeching off of it. And also this is an ultra low energy consumption. I think it's 2 milliamp hours that this actually pulls from your phone, so it's not going to kill the battery like really, really fast because this is a low consumption controller. We've also got mechanical switches on the LB and RB, but that is the only ones that's got mechanical switches, and you can hear the mechanical switches if you listen now. It's like a mouse click. Pretty cool. I love mechanical switches. In the face buttons though, we don't have mechanical switches, but they have taken the design from the Nintendo 2DS. They reference that in the marketing, saying inspired by Nintendo 2DS, and you can see that from the face buttons that they've chosen. So they're small ones, they are like flat topped, and they're actually really nice even though they're not mechanical. I do like that. We then have Hall effect analog triggers, which is awesome. So this is going to be perfect for racing games, which is what I've been trying. I've been playing Lego 2K Drive on this and it's so fun. You've got this really nice rubber textured grip on the back. I am digging this like lilac light purple colorway. It's got like a retro theme design. Awesome. You've also got turbo as well. You can swap the button layout. You've got hair trigger mode as well. If you don't want a really big throw on those analog triggers, you can actually change that with a button combination as well. So it's a pretty specced out controller for a phone controller. And straight away I want to talk about build quality because this thing just feels so good. I looked at a previous Gamesir phone controller not that long ago and I was blown away by how nice it felt. The build quality of the thing, just the overall finish and feel of it was amazing, and this is exactly the same. This is like top level. I said it in my previous video, why are you not making Nintendo Switch Joy-Con alternatives, Gamesir? Like, why are you not doing that? Because these feel so much better than a lot of Joy-Con alternatives that I've tried. But anyway, the actual device itself is pretty good in terms of weight. It's still a little bit weighty, but it's got that like premium like feel to it. It's not too heavy, it's not too light. It's actually really good. And despite the fact that this opens massively, which I think it says on the box actually, compatible with 110 to 168 millimeters. Despite this piece, this telescopic piece, it's actually like not very rattly, which is amazing. Like I really thought this would be rattling around, but it just does not. This backplate piece here is a really nice textured rubber to keep your phone in there, and the same with all of this. This is all rubber textured, and it just makes sure that your phone is gripped in there and it's not going to get damaged, because you will need to remove the case off of your phone unless it's one of those like super nano like cases. My case on my phone just here, I got the Google 8 Pixel Pro and I've got a mouse case on it. The case is too big, so I have to remove the case to be able to use it with this. The D-pad is okay. Yeah, it's all right. You know, it's not the worst D-pad I've ever felt. It's not the best, but to be perfectly honest, it's totally playable. The joysticks are probably my favorite thing ever because they've gone with this tiny little nubbin like topper, which is why they've given you these in case you want like a larger one that feels a bit more traditional to like a normal controller. But personally, I love the like tiny sort of thumbstick heads. I really do. I find they give you really good grip and range of motion as well, and I really like them personally, and this is brilliant. Again, if they made a Joy-Con alternative with these, I'd be really, really happy. The triggers and the bump bumpers and everything feel great. These bumpers are mechanical, as I mentioned before, and they are super quick to actuate. Like, you're not going to miss an input with a mechanical switch. It is brilliant. Everything feels consistent. The left side and the right side feels consistent in terms of L and like R sides, and the face buttons again feel really, really nice. All the buttons just feel great. I'm blown away by the build quality of this thing. I really like it. And of course we've got the back. The back is so clean and stylish. We've got the Gamesir little logo in there. Then we've got this really nice rubber textured grips on either side. I'm a big fan of this, but let's put the phone in. Some of you probably don't even use a case. And in that case, well then, that's a good thing. But for me, I'm gonna have to remove it. So we've got the X2s just here, and I'm gonna stick my phone into it. But yeah, the USB-C port here is super flexible, which is awesome, which means you're not gonna damage your phone. The point is to get your phone into it first, like so, and then you're gonna slide this piece up and just kind of sit it in there like that, and then it's gonna sit like this. Now this says open Gamesir to handle it, so you've got a Gamesir app you can connect into this, and you could do all sorts of stuff. You can test the gamepad, you know, so you can actually like check to make sure that everything is working as it should be, which is awesome. You've got so many options in the app. You've got button settings, so you can go through and actually change the layout here instead of doing it via a button combination on the actual device itself. So I've got it set to the Xbox layout, but you can have it set to the Switch layout if you so want, which is awesome. You can go to the joystick settings, you can set the dead zone on this thing and everything, and you can see like a live sort of reaction of it. So it's not just like a, oh, I guess I have to guess. You can actually change this yourself. So the dead zone is visible or like not there at all, or whatever you want to do, you can change that, and you could swap the left joystick with the cross keys and all that kind of stuff. The app is crazy. You've got so much stuff that you can do just via this. And of course, I've got the Google 8 Pixel Pro, which has a huge camera bump. And check this out. This lays flat, right? And then if I turn it over, ting, it's absolutely fine. You know, you've got the camera bump there just sitting in this piece here, which they've done on purpose, obviously, to account for the camera bump. Like now, I'm gonna try and bend it, and it's quite difficult to do, but you can see there is a bit of movement just there. But honestly, because it is clamped in, you're not gonna feel that. I've been using this for days now, and I've not noticed any kind of movement when you're actually in use. It just looks like it because it's open, you know, and the camera bump is sort of dictating that and the way that the controller is sitting, but it sits absolutely great in your hands. You don't notice that there's like a slight bump in the center. So whilst we're here, if you hold the home button up, you can see that I can adjust my volume just here. So I can adjust the volume like this. So whilst you're playing a game, if you want to adjust the volume without having to like turn it around and do your phone like normal, you just hold the home button and up and down on the D-pad. So now we are in Lego 2K Drive via Xbox Game Pass, because I don't really mobile phone game like actual phone games, but I do stream Game Pass and remote play PlayStation 5, that kind of stuff. So that's what I've been using this for. So right now we are in 2K Drive just here, and I'll show you the analog triggers, right? So we're in a racing game, and if I hold it down like gently, you can see that he's only going like really slowly, whereas if I pull it in fully, now I'm gonna go fast, right? But we can actually change that by pressing the screenshot button down here and that right trigger, right? And then now, I'm not gonna be able to drive slowly. It's just all or nothing. Do you see what I mean? So even if I pull it gently, he's going as fast as he can, and that's just screenshot and that right trigger. And now I've changed it. Now I can go slowly again. And I can change the speed in which I'm driving, which is pretty cool. So you've got that hair trigger mode. Obviously that's also good for FPS games. So if you're playing like Call of Duty or whatever it is you might be playing, then that is something that you can do as well. So in terms of ergonomics, despite the fact that this is actually like a rectangular shape, it's actually really comfortable for a small portable phone controller. So we do still have some grip just here. It's not just straight up and down and flat. We've actually got some mold here that's going to help you grip the sides of this and then actually have it like sit comfortably. I mean, for me, I end up rolling my fingers around the back and then holding it like this, kind of like as if I was holding a proper controller. It's as if I should be like holding the horns like down here, which is like the Gamesir Galileo that I previously looked at, but this is obviously way more compact. But despite that, I still find it comfortable. You know, if I roll my fingers around the back just here and hold it like that, then I haven't had a problem with like hand cramping or anything like that. But I have to admit, I haven't been playing like 4-hour sessions with this. I've just been doing like half an hour here and there, but even that has been perfect. Now, obviously, if you want to get down to this right stick, you're gonna have to grip it like a little bit looser. So with an asymmetrical grip like this, where you've got an offset left and right joystick, and it being down here with no grip just here, you're gonna have to kind of like loosely grip. So if you're playing like Call of Duty or something like that, you're gonna want to have a loose grip on this right side, because obviously if you hold it like this, you're going to want the joystick up here, but that's just the nature of asymmetrical joystick layout. So you're just going to have to make sure that you have a slightly looser grip on this right side, just so that you can actually get down to that stick. Right, now instead of streaming from Xbox Game Pass and Microsoft servers, I'm now remote playing my PS5 and the Stellar Blade demo. So what I had to do was change the input. So basically I just held G and S just here until these lights cycled through. So I had to keep doing it until it worked, essentially. And that's all you have to do. So it just goes through, I think, 4 or 5 different input modes before it will then go, oh yeah, this is the PlayStation mode, and now it's actually going to work, which is, you know, it's easy to do. And we also have Turbo. So Turbo is going to let Eve just here like hit for me. So I'm going to press this button just here and then X, so the screenshot button and X. And now she's hitting for me, and you can see the light by my thumb is flashing. That is to say, like, oh, hey, Turbo's on. So instead of me having to press that button like fully, like multiple times, I can just press and hold, and then she's gonna do this for me, which is nice and easy. Like, it's a really good way of saving the buttons as well, because you're not wearing it out. And then to cancel Turbo, it's the opposite. So you hold down the button that you've turboed, and then you hold down the screenshot button afterwards, and then let go of the screenshot button, and then that will have canceled it out. And to be honest, that's pretty much it in terms of the device itself. I really like the device. The build quality is absolutely spot on. It really, really is. It's a small, convenient device that you can just chuck in your pocket or in your bag or something like that. And it works really well for how I've been using it, which has been streaming games from Xbox Game Pass and also remote playing my PS5, which is what I'm doing here, playing the Eve, you know, the Stellar Blade demo. I've not had a problem at all. I mean, I am using this in my studio and my house, so I've got really good internet connection, all that good stuff. So I haven't tried obviously streaming outside, you know, and using this that way, but that's not Gamesir's problem. That's just like streaming games and stuff. Because like I said near the beginning, I don't really play actual phone games. I'll just stream like console games, if that makes sense. But this is going to be brilliant for playing retro games. So if you're using emulators on here, you've got that D-pad, you've got those Hall effect sticks, you've got those analog triggers as well. This has pretty much everything that you would want, especially if you're looking for a phone controller that's going to support one of those fold phones, then this is a really good option. I really like the build quality. There's not really anything negative that I can say about it that is down to Gamesir's fault. Do you know what I mean? I'm just not a big fan of using my phone to game with unless I'm like streaming on my home network, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I really like the device. The X2s looks really, really nice. It's a nice portable bit of kit. I like it a lot, I really do. So what do you think of the Gamesir X2s just here? Are you going to be looking into getting something like this? Have you got into phone gaming before? You know, do you do what I do and just stream stuff, or do you play emulators and all that good stuff? I'd love to know all of that and more down in the comments. Let me know. Whilst you're down there, like this video and subscribe. Check out memberships, they are open. So you can become a member, see these videos early, and get access to our Discord as well. And you can ask all sorts of questions if you so want. And of course, check out mine and AJ's podcast where we talk about all things gaming just over here. And check out, I don't know, the Gamesir Galileo, the other phone controller review just down here. Thanks for watching.